Hey guys, today's video is not beauty related. It's not about makeup or anything. I'm doing something totally different today. Today I'm doing a tutorial for making the Mexican traditional dish called mole. Now mole is an acquired taste because it can be a little bitter if prepared the wrong way. The way I prepare it, it takes off the bitterness, it takes off the spiciness, because we don't like spicy food, but my family loves it. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. It's super simple. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and let's get to it. Over here I already have some chicken boiling, and I added a little bit of chicken bouillon and garlic, a clove of garlic. This is gonna be ready, and I'll be using the same liquid here to mix with the mole sauce. I'm also making some rice, and I'm just browning it really nice and brown with about a clove of garlic. It's a cup of rice to 2 cups of water, and then I'll be adding, let me turn this down, I'll be adding about a good heaping tablespoon of the tomato bouillon and with chicken flavor, and some diced onions, and that's it. So here I already added the onions and I sauteed them a little bit. I added the 2 cups of water, and now I'm going to add the tomato bouillon with chicken flavor. And as you can see, it turns out a nice reddish color. Some people like the rice very red, so you can add some tomato sauce too. But I prefer it just like this. And then to top it off, I'm going to add a little bit of fresh cilantro from my garden. So there, I added my cilantro, and I'm just going to let it simmer and cover it. Leave it slightly open. So my chicken is ready. I've already turned it off, and this is the mole that I will be using. Excuse my nails, I haven't had time to do anything to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the whole container into the blender, because you do need to blend it. And then I'm going to use the same liquid from here to add it on there. Okay, so this is about as much as I put in. It's about between 4 and 5 cups, something like that. But this liquid is hot, remember, so when you blend it, it creates pressure and the lid kind of wants to pop out. So I suggest letting it sit for about a few minutes. And what I do is I'll put the lid on there. So I can't do this in the video because I need both my hands. I'll put the lid on there, and then I will cover this with a dish rag, hold it down, and then turn it on in case, you know, there's still some vapor in there. But you can still see the steam coming out a little bit. I don't know if the camera gets it, but you do need to let it cool off a little bit so it doesn't create that pressure. But just in case, like I said, put a dish rag on there, cover it, and hold it down before you start it. Okay, so it's all blended in. Now this is my little secret. This is how I make it, and my family loves it. So excuse me, I add a slice of bread, and you can use the ends of the bread that nobody eats. A slice of bread, about a teaspoon of that chicken bouillon flavor, because the mole itself doesn't have a lot of flavor, so you do need to add a little bit more. Usually I add, and you're gonna think it's crazy, I add a splash of orange juice and a pinch of sugar. So I'll do that right now because I don't have the sugar handy. I'm out of orange juice, so I'm just gonna do the pinch of sugar and blend it again. Okay, so everything's already blended. I forgot to mention about the rice. I cook it on medium heat, about 6.5. It's about a little bit more than medium, but if you have it too high, you're gonna need to add more water. But this comes out perfect. Low heat, low simmer, and it'll come out just right. Okay, so what I did is I drained the chicken broth. I kept a little bit on the side because depending on how thick you want your mole sauce, You might have to add more if it's too thick, or it might be just perfect. So now I'm just pouring it over the chicken. And remember, just a little pinch of sugar. And that is to take some of the spiciness off, because we do not like it very, very spicy. Where did I leave my spoon? So I'm going to let it simmer a little bit. Turn it back on. And once it simmers, it'll get thick. And then I will see how, if I like the consistency or if I want it thicker. If it's too thick, I'll just add some more of this. But that's it. It's simple, it's easy. So let's just see how this turns out in the end. Now that the rice has absorbed most of the liquid, or it has evaporated, I'm going to cover it. And look how beautiful it came out, and it's yummy. I already had a taste. I'm going to cover it, and I'm turning off the stove, and it'll continue cooking with the little vapor that's inside. Let's check on our mole. And oh, it's perfect. I don't need to add anything to it. If you like it thicker, some people do. We like it like this, but some people like it thicker. You can add less liquid, and then you can add more as you go till you get to the right consistency. But this is perfect, and yummy. The reason I added that slice of bread is because it helps with to give it that thickness. It just helps a little bit more, and it's perfect. I'm just gonna let it simmer about 5 more minutes, and this is ready. So now that the rice and the mole is ready, I'm going to make some, well, I already made them, obviously. I made some beans, some pinto beans. And I know people are going to say, esos no son frijoles. Those are not real beans. But bush beans are so good. What I do is I drain the liquid that it comes in, because it's kind of like thick and sticky. I drain most of the liquid, and I add a little bit of water, and then I saute the beans in oil, mush them up, add a little bit of salt, and they come out so good. Because usually that's what mole is accompanied with, rice and beans. So I'll show you the final dish in a few seconds. It came out so good. I forgot to mention, if you want refried beans, it's going to take a lot of oil to refry them, and you have to keep stirring them. We don't do a lot of refried stuff. I try to use the least oil as possible, and I use olive or canola oil. But if you want refried beans, you have to keep adding oil and stirring the beans until they get to the right consistency that you want. But they come out really good like this too. So here's the final result, and it came out really good. Yummy. I hope you find this recipe easy. If not, leave me some questions in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer them for you. Bye. Okay, so that's how it turned out. It was really yummy. It was really filling. It was really good. Like I said, I try not to use too much oil, because the mole itself has a lot of oil. As a matter of fact, when you open the package, it has a little layer of just oil. What I do is I dump it out. I don't use that oil that's in there. I dump it out as much as I can. And the beans, the rice, just a tablespoon of oil. That's really all you need, unless you want to refry them. Like I said, refried beans take a lot of oil. But it came out really good. My family loved it. My daughter said, by the way, your mole was delicious. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. It's really simple for you housewives that have never tried making it before. Like I said, it's an acquired taste. So if you do make it, come back and tell me how you like it. And thank you for watching again. Once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching me. God bless. Till next time. Bye.